following will contain spoilers for the Disney series The Owl House. If you do not want to know about the characters and have yet to see the series, please click off now. Enjoy the video! Hello everyone, I hope you are having a nice time. This is Dragon Veils, ready to present my personal thoughts on some characters. But before we go do that, I hope you're all doing well despite these difficult times. Today's topic is going to go over the Owl House, or more specifically, my thoughts on the characters of this show. Be warned, there will be spoilers. So, this story focuses on a young outcast named Luz who stumbles across an alternate world where it's kind of like a horror fantasy genre. Along the way, she encounters a witch who's rebellious named Ida, and then a young demon named King. Along the way, Luz tries to learn magic under the apprenticeship and explore the world around her. With King and the rest of the crew, you get to see some wild and kooky characters. There's a good amount of feels in the show and good growth development, so let's go over some of the characters. I practically enjoy Luz whenever she's on the screen. She is so relatable on so many levels. She is eager to try to learn magic, even though she doesn't have this magical sack that witches are normally used to. Instead, she learns other ways. She's also this really optimistic person that is just a good friend, and it's just a shame that people reject her because she's so outward. And I'd like to have a moment to talk about Luz's mom and the adults in the beginning of the show. I just did not dig Luz's mom. I mean, I understand she's trying to do what's the best for her daughter, but forcing someone to go into a camp where you're supposed to learn how to be normal can cause problems. You have to, help them out in a normal way. And, did she even try to defend Luz when she was like this even once? Or even bother to try to find some people that have similar interests as Luz? I like Iba's design, and in some ways she definitely has that strong, rebellious characterization. And in some cases it can be good, or in most cases in the beginning of the series it was just plain bad. She seemed too relaxed and low-key, and didn't look like she could care a fig about anyone. But that wasn't the case. As we progress forward with the series, Ida definitely shows she has a good amount of tricks up her sleeves and takes magic seriously. And of course, she does care about her friends. A few times, she tried to help out King and Luz when they were dragged in a situation, but still tries to get onto their level. Sad to say, she's suffering a curse at the moment, a curse that kind of makes her look like this, hence the term, the Owl Lady. And of course, the situation for her is not only heartbreaking, and we have yet to find out what is going on with her current situation, but we are also coming across the worst kind of problem ever. Iba is now losing her ability to use the elixirs to reverse her curse, which means that her curse is going to get more violent, and the others are going to be dragged into a very deadly situation with her, as if the intruder was bad enough. Let's just hope that Luz and King can find a way to reverse her curse soon, cause Iba really needs it, and we just so adore her so much right now. So King is trying to be the self-proclaimed king of demon that he is. And of course he is just this cute little goofball who just tries to stand up for himself in a world that wants to eat you alive. But what King lacks in size, he can sometimes make up for cunning and brains. He can sometimes be a voice of reason for Ida most of the time, as well as Luz. He tries to get them to pay attention to situations and then make sure that they don't do something that's too brash. In the episode where Luz was trying to be at the magic school, King reminded Ida that she should take her job as being a teacher seriously, otherwise Luz might find something more interesting with her, which in some ways was definitely becoming true. And then, of course, when King mentioned about learning more about demons, it definitely helped highlight Luz's character growth because she did need to learn more about not only magic, but the demons and creatures around her, so that way she could survive the world that she's in. Gus is a bit of an interesting character. You see, he is just a higher level than the rest of his classmates, which can make him a bit of an oddball. But he is also a very wacky and eccentric character, which is why he and Luz just click so well together because they're so outward. But yeah, at the same time, Gus can also take up responsibilities like he did in episode 9 when he made the mistake of telling Luz that the ban was lifted when it wasn't and then admitted to his own folly, even if it meant losing his position as president of the Human Appreciation Society. Willow isn't as much as my favorite as Luz is, but I do like her personality. She's smart as well as she has a good way with plant magic. I mean, she's very modest about it, and it's heartbreaking. She is really good at doing plants compared to how she was in Abomination class, but she had no choice but to take it because her parents want her to because it gives opportunity. I'm not too familiar with the process of a world so far, but how are a glob of monsters supposed to be a possible opportunity? So Luz definitely helps out bring out the best in Willow, and Willow is practically the kindest person to Luz, and the first ever friend that Luz has besides Eva and the King. And I really hope we get to see her grow as a person. I really do. Okay, Amity was definitely not my favorite in the beginning of the series, and here is why. She basically came across as a bit two-faced, always looking down on others like Willow for not having powers as superior to hers, and of course, always brags about it in front of others, and in some cases, enjoys rubbing it in their faces. She's just a bully and a know-it-all. And that's definitely a horrible case of double trouble, not to be confused with her horrible twin siblings. But along the way, we definitely learn a little bit more about Amity and her insecurities. She's just trying hard. I mean, really, really hard to accomplish her dreams and be part of the Emperor's Covenant. The issue is with her is that she's just so much under pressure that she lashes out her insecurities at everyone she meets. And this is where Luz comes into play. I like their dynamic because Luz seems to bring out more character growth than Amity. And I love of how Amity will grow as a person and definitely strays away from the stereotype of mean girls, which I hate so much. Red alert! Red alert! You're about to enter enemy territory. There are some villains in this show, and trust me, you will not like most of them. So, buckle up and get your fire extinguishers ready, as well as your shield spells, cause here we go. Okay, this guy I kind of have a huge problem with. He's interesting, but to an extent, and he is just a pistol. So, this Wraith guy is basically beating the crud out of people that are labeled as weirdos and freaks. He steals King's crown and then chops Eva's head off. And for what? Just to get a date with her? I mean, seriously! Who the hell does that? better yet, this is more like high-rank stalking material. I mean, I do like his character design, but the Warden is just... No, I just do not like his personality, and I hope the worst just happens to him. Okay, so the Emperor has been mentioned a few times so far in the series. Not much is known about him except that his coven means that you can't use any magic, but the question is, at what sort of price? Because Iba wanted to join, but then she didn't. I have some theories about why that is the case, and how it would lead to future results. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So Lilith is part of the Emperor's coven and does everything in her power to try to convince Ida to join the group. She thinks Ida's actions are a cry for help, a cry for getting things straightened out, while in reality that with Lilith, she's just not okay. It seems more like she needs help more than anything. We've yet to know about the Emperor's coven, but it seems that the coven is affecting her emotionally and mentally. There was also a concept of a promise. Is it involving Ida's curse? I do not know, and I hope that we get some information later, but I just know that Lily is not okay. So folks, this is goodbye to this video. I hope you enjoyed some of my thoughts on the characters, and I hope to go over more of the show once it comes back on air. And please stay healthy, try to make the best of this bad situation, and remember to have a smile on your face. This is Dragon Videos, signing off.